James Hunt for the untouchable, true school sports. Let's go, baby. Bow!
Be careful what you wish for because it can become a reality.
Yeah. The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so I just made my video recently talking about Madrimov and how I don't like how they're scheduling all these fights for Madrimov and putting Bohachuk in a very tough position to lose a controversial fight again. And now it's come out that Israil Madrimov will not be fighting Serhii Bohachuk in December. He's apparently suffered from some sort of bronchitis, which is a new one in boxing. I've heard COVID, we've heard about head injuries and biceps, but I never heard bronchitis, so that's a new one in boxing. So he conveniently, and this is my opinion, maybe he does have bronchitis, so if he does, I'm sorry, but it's just hard to believe that he does have bronchitis. You know, boxing fans aren't stupid. Boxing fans are a lot of things. Sometimes boxing fans are annoying. Sometimes they're ungrateful. Boxing fans are definitely passionate, but one thing boxing fans are not is stupid. So, just my opinion. I'm not really buying the bronchitis thing, but good. I'm glad. I'm glad that Bohachuk's not being put in that position to fight in that situation, because they're gonna screw him. And truth be told, like, Turkey don't want his Vergil Ortiz Madrimov fight ruined. He's trying to make sure that that Saudi supercard on the 22nd continues to stay as stacked as humanly possible. So it only makes sense. It only makes sense that they don't put Madrimov in that position where he's gonna fight a very tough, very strong, very pissed off, because Bohachuk has to be pissed off getting robbed against Vergil. So very, you know, just inspired Bohachuk against a Madrimov who has a bigger name and a bigger fight ahead. It could spell disaster. They don't want to do that. So smart, you know, good on them. Good on them to, you know, whether he has bronchitis or not, this is all working out good for Turkey and Madrimov. And Bohachuk is the biggest winner out of all this because he's not going to get screwed. So I know Bohachuk is going to fight in December. I forgot who his opponent is, so you guys can type in the comments down below who it is. But honestly, I'm going to use the rest of this video to say a little bit of what I said the last time I talked about Bohachuk, which is Madrimov should not be fighting Vergil Ortiz. It's a good fight. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad matchup. It's a good fight. Like, Madrimov is a top upper echelon fighter, former world champion, gave Terrence Crawford arguably the toughest fight of his career. I respect Madrimov. I don't really like getting overly excited when he fights, but he's a top fighter. You can't deny that. But really, and this is what I really want to say, is Vergil Ortiz should be fighting Bohachuk in a rematch. This is utter, in my humble opinion, it's utter nonsense that Vergil Ortiz is getting a pass for not giving Bohachuk a rematch. And it's because, and the reason he's getting a pass is because he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He doesn't talk shit. So when you're a nice guy and you don't talk shit and you're humble in boxing, you know, you don't generally get the same criticism, let's say a guy like Richard Hitchens would get, you know? And should it be that way? No, life shouldn't be that way, but that's just how it is. You know, that's how it is. I think Vergil Ortiz should fight Bohachuk next, and it's not fair that he's getting a chance to fight Madrimov, because if he beats Madrimov, which, you know, it's not going to be an easy fight, but if he beats Madrimov, the only way out, the only thing next for him after that, because Madrimov is about the highest level you can get at 54 before you fight for a world title. If he beats Madrimov, he's going to fight for a world title. And I don't think right now Vergil Ortiz should be fighting for a world title. He needs to right this wrong with Bohachuk. And I'm going to continue to bang the drum for this fight over and over and over again. It may get annoying. It may even sound like I'm being a hater at times, which I'm not. I like Vergil Ortiz. If you check my video archive of Vergil Ortiz, just go back in the past. I did a video in August talking about how I think Vergil Ortiz will one day be the middleweight champion of the world, and how I think he's going to be one of the guys, if not the guy, to revive the middleweight division. And the middleweight division is trash. It's horrible. And it would take somebody special to revive the middleweight division. So I've heaped that kind of praise on him. So don't sit here and say I'm a hater. I'm not a hater. I'm just saying that it was an exciting fight the last time they fought in August. Bohachuk is still one of the top 154 pounders in the world. There's a whole truckload of people that thought Vergil lost that fight. He got put on his ass twice and did not look like the normal precision power punching boxer puncher who puts pressure on his opponents that he normally looks like. Bohachuk made him look like an unordinary version of himself, a regular version of himself. He didn't look like Vergil Ortiz that we're used to seeing, accustomed to seeing. So I think he needs to right that wrong. And if he's able to fight, let's just say he beats Madrimov and he gets a chance to fight like Terrence Crawford or Fundora, that's not going to sit well with me. It's not. And it shouldn't sit well with anybody on YouTube or in boxing who talks about fairness and the sport being fair, which you know the sport isn't fair, life isn't fair, it's a business. I understand Bohachuk probably doesn't help the bottom line as much as Vergil, but again, the bottom line don't really matter for the Saudis because they're losing money anyway. This ain't about making money. They're trying to advertise their country, you know, and you know, I think it's been rather ineffective sports washing, in my opinion. But that's another discussion for another video. But they're trying to get eyeballs to their country, so I get it. But it's right is right, and Bohachuk should have the opportunity because he showed on the night. Like boxing, the ring tells the truth. If you're good enough, you show it on the night. He showed it on the night that even if you thought he didn't, let's just say you thought Vergil beat Bohachuk. At the very minimum, you have to at least say Bohachuk was very much in the fight. It was a very competitive fight, and he did enough to warrant a rematch. Even if you thought he lost, it was that good of a fight. So I'm happy. I'm happy Bohachuk gets a chance to maybe fight somebody a little bit easier than Madrimov without being put in that position with Madrimov having another fight signed where you know they would screw him to preserve that fight. And you know, hopefully in 2025, this is a fight that can happen. Bohachuk and Vergil's rematch, because it has to happen. As far as Madrimov, if Madrimov beats Vergil, then naturally I think Madrimov should get a Crawford rematch, honestly, because Madrimov gave Crawford a really good fight. And you know, I thought the scorecards were fair. I thought Crawford probably won like a 7-5, but a draw would have been acceptable, and maybe even 7-5 the other way would have been acceptable. It was that kind of fight, very high level. I think too, like, and I've said this many times and I'll say it again, I think boxing fans and even the judges, they have this whole notion of you have to take the belt from the champion, but it's very selective. They pick and choose who they want to use that principle for, because if you were to use that principle for Madrimov versus Crawford, it's very debatable if Crawford didn't beat Madrimov in the first place. So he might even be warranted a rematch if he beats Vergil. So 154 is very competitive. There's a lot of smoke here in the division. A lot of great fights to be made in the division, and that's what makes Jaron Ennis look even worse, that he won't even join this division with all this free smoke up here. But nonetheless, I touched on so many fighters. We don't need to get into boots. The main idea of the video is that Madrimov has pulled out the Bohachuk fight scheduled for December with bronchitis, but the fight with Vergil Ortiz in February is still on and cracking, on and popping. So have no fear. Madrimov is going to be there when the time comes. So leave your comments down below. What do you guys think? Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this, make sure you guys click right over here.
Keep watching my boy BT put on the best interviews out here.